Hello, Willard Wildcats. We have been thinking about landforms and about how landforms change. Last time, we thought about quick changes, fast changes. We thought about how a volcano changes as it erupts. Each time lava comes out of the volcano, that lava cools and forms new rock, new land. Our volcanic island got a bit bigger and bigger each time there was an eruption. But most changes to landforms are not fast. Most changes are very, very slow. These slow changes are caused by forces in nature that change landforms. Forces in nature like moving water, wind, ice. These slow changes are caused by weathering and erosion. Weathering is when forces in nature break rocks into smaller and smaller pieces. Put your hands up in front of you like this, and then move them as if you were breaking something, like that. This is weathering. So I'm going to do it, then you do it. Weathering. Weathering. The breaking of rocks into smaller and smaller pieces is called weathering. Now, if you go up into the mountains near us here in Pasadena, you can find pieces of rock like this. See this one here? Look at its shape. It has pointy edges. Lots of very pointy, pokey, sharp edges. Now, this is up high in the mountains, but if you go to the stream, like maybe in Eaton Canyon, where the stream has washed rocks down the mountainside, you find a lot of rocks like this. Look at its shape. It's smooth and rounded. This rock used to have sharp, pointy corners on them, but they were all broken off. As the rock washed down the side of the mountain, as it was pushed by water in the stream, it got rolled and knocked around, and the sharp edges, the sharp edges got broken off. The breaking of the rock, that is weathering. Weathering. Now, erosion happens when forces of nature move rock pieces to a new location. So put your hands up in front of you like this, and then move them like they're moving along. That's erosion. So, I'm going to do it, then you do it. Erosion. Erosion. The moving of rock pieces from one place to another, to a new location, that is erosion. So that stream in the mountain pushing and rolling rocks downhill, that is erosion. Moving water in a river pushes sand and gravel downstream. Moving air blows sand in a desert. Moving glaciers push soil and rock along as they slowly move across the land. The moving of rock pieces, that is erosion. Today, we're going to make a model. We're going to make a model of the slow changes happening up in the mountains above Pasadena. We're going to be thinking about how a mountain changes slowly over time because of weathering and erosion. Over thousands, over millions of years, the moving water can break apart a giant mountain bit by bit. And it'll spread out all of those tiny pieces across a huge area. That's happening right now in the mountains above us. Every time it rains, every time snow melts up in the mountains, moving water breaks off some little bits of rock, and moving water carries those tiny pieces of rock downhill. Weathering and erosion is happening right now up in the mountains. But it's so slow, we don't notice it happening. That is why we need to make a model. Our model of a mountain is going to be made out of sugar cubes. This is a box of sugar cubes. Sugar cubes are little cubes made of sugar. A lot of people put them in their tea or their coffee. We're going to be using them to make a model. So I have some here, and I'm going to arrange them. I'm going to put 9 in a square on the bottom, and then 4 on top, and then 1 on top of that. So here is my mountain. It's probably pretty hard to see because it's white on white. There's 9 sugar cubes at the bottom, and then 4, and then 1. How's that for a mountain? How is this mountain different from a real mountain? Well, it's a lot smaller. I cannot bring a mountain into my classroom. It's too big. So I have to make a smaller model. Here's our little small mountain. Also, this is not made of the same material as a mountain. A real mountain is made of rocks and a layer of dirt and trees and other plants on top. So rocks are hard and they change very slowly. We need our model to change much more quickly so that we can see what's happening. Sugar is much softer than rock, so it will change quickly. On a real mountain, falling rain collects into streams and it runs down the side of the mountain, causing the weathering and causing the erosion. Well, in our model, the falling rain is going to be simulated by drops of water. So I have a dropper, and I'm going to be putting drops of water on. But water is clear, it's hard to see, so I'm going to add some food coloring, this time blue food coloring, so we remember this is water. So there's some food coloring. See it? There it is. And just stir it up a little bit. And now it's going to be a little bit easier to see the water on top of the white sugar cubes and the white plate. Now, I'm going to move the camera so that we have a better view of what's happening. And I'm going to add drops of water, 40 drops at a time, and we're going to watch our model to see if we see any evidence of weathering and any evidence of erosion. All right, I'm going to show you the mountain one more time. I have 9 sugar cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 sugar cubes on the bottom. And then I have 4 more in the next layer. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I have 1 more on top. There's my mountain. Now, how many sugar cubes is that? 9 plus 4 plus 1. You can figure it out. Now, so I'm going to add them. I'm going to go all the way up to 40, and then we're going to stop and look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Some more water. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Now, do you see any evidence of weathering? Do you see any evidence that the sugar cubes are smaller than they were before? Well, I see a hole forming here at the top of the sugar cube. And that hole means that some of the sugar is gone. That sugar cube is smaller. So there's some evidence of weathering. Do you see any evidence of erosion, of it being moved somewhere? Well, hardly yet, but I do see that the blue color is moving down the side. So the water's moving down. Let's keep watching. I'm up to 40. Let's go up to 80. 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. All right. I really see this looks like almost a hollow sugar cube now. So it's definitely weathering. It's getting smaller and pieces are getting broken off and taken somewhere. Now, sugar dissolves in water, so the sugar is getting dissolved and taken off somewhere. And we can see, we haven't seen a sugar cube move yet, but we do see that the blue, the water, is going down the sides of the mountain. Okay, that's 80. Let's do another 40. Let's go up to 120. So 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90. Did you see it move a little bit? 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. Do you see it moving? It's moving just a little bit. 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more drops. 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120. Now that time, you might have seen some pieces kind of slide and slump and fall over some. We saw some of the erosion now. We saw some of the motion happening. But also, we can see that all of the next layer of sugar cubes are all blue. The blue is reaching down to the bottom now. Let's try 40 more. 120 up to 160. 121, 122, 123, 124, 125, 126, 127, 128, 129, 130. 131, 132, 133, 134, 135, 136, 137, 138, 139, 140, whoops. 141, 142, 143, 144, 145, 146, 147, 148, 149, 150, 151, 152, 153, 154, 155, 156, 157, 158, 159, 160. Wow. The whole top layer is gone from the mountain now. And it's still, the blue's coming down. Let's try 40 more. Let's go up to 200. 161, 162, 163, 164, 165, 166, 167, 168, 169, 170, 171, 172, 173, 174, 175, 176, 177, 178, 179, 180, 181, 182, 183, 184, 185, 186, 187, 188, 189, 190, 191, 192, 193, 194, 195, 196, 197, 198, 199, 200. I don't know if you've noticed, but this side here has been slowly falling over. And all the sugar cubes are blue now. So we saw weathering. We saw the sugar cubes getting smaller and smaller. They were getting smaller, so that was weathering. And then we saw some sugar cubes, the pieces breaking and sliding. That was some of the erosion we got to see. So how about that? We saw evidence of weathering. We saw the sugar cubes get smaller and smaller. We saw evidence of erosion. We saw sugar cubes slip and slide a little bit as they melted. We saw the sugar water collecting down here. Oh, look. We saw the water going down, soaking into the sugar cubes and soaking down through them to get all the way down to the bottom of the mountain. And now our mountain is much smaller than it was before. Here's what I want you to think about. Here's what I want you to be able to talk about with me and your classmates. This mountain, it's only a model. How is real life different? How is a real mountain different from the model? I can't wait to talk to you and hear your ideas. See you next time.